Hey everybody, this is Nature Nate, and today I'm going to talk about the Marmot Minimalist rain jacket. This is an older version of the Minimalist, and they've done a few updates since then, but I can now give you my opinion after a lot of heavy use on this jacket. And trust me, I've used the snot out of this thing. It's kind of my all around, even like work rain jacket and stuff too. It weighs in at 14 ounces. So for me, that's not a very lightweight rain jacket and something that I'm a little more willing to give it a little more work. Let's say that. It retails at 189 bucks. There's tons of them floating around out there in different models and versions, so you can probably find them for cheaper. I think I got this one for right around $100. So they are out there. Look around, and I wish I knew the exact version. I think this one I have had for around 5 years, so let's say it's like the 2016 version, something like that. And trust me, I have put it to the test. So let's go over some of the features. I guess first thing, it's a Goretex jacket. So for Goretex, this is a really good value jacket, and it is all very nicely seam sealed. Something about Goretex, so the Goretex in general is not going to wear out. It's the coating, the DWR coating on the exterior. So when you start to think that your Goretex is not waterproof anymore, more than likely it's the DWR coating. And there are washing products, Wax, I believe is the company, that makes all kinds of great products for treating your jackets, whether it's down, whether it's soft shells, whether it's Goretex and waterproofing. Check them out. And it's a washing machine style. It's really easy. It doesn't compromise the integrity. It's not like a silicone spray that is going to kind of compromise the integrity of your jacket. And that's going to allow this outer fabric to beat up water again and repel that. So even after that coating wears away though, your Goretex is still going to be fine. But what ends up happening is the outer shell will soak through, and then it gets kind of clammy and wet, and then you're going to lose a lot of heat. So that's the downside. The Goretex is still going to keep you dry, but it's not going to feel like it because the exterior of the jacket's going to be wet, and it's going to feel clammy and cold. So even though it's still repelling water, it doesn't feel that way. That's why you want to treat your waterproof Goretex jackets, and that's something I've done a couple times with this jacket, and it still works fine. Okay, that's some treatments and a little bit of how to do maintenance on your jacket, but I'll go back to the jacket itself now. It's got a really nice heavy duty zipper down here. It's just a bottom up zipper. There's not a double that you can zip back up, so for climbing and belaying and stuff like that, maybe not the jacket you're gonna want, but just as an overall rain jacket, it's really nice. This is a really durable zipper. Haven't had any issues with it. And then it's got a little snap too down here to just alleviate the pressure on the lower part of the zipper, and that's not a bad idea to keep buttoned. I don't really do it that much, but if you're really trying to keep longevity of the jacket, which again, like I said, I've had it, I put it through the test, and it hasn't been an issue. Another nice thing, it's got these sweet wrist cuffs. It's got really big wrist cuffs in general, but you can cinch them down as such, and that's a nice feature to have on a rain jacket. I have this, I bought this in extra large so I could use it in the winter too, and use it. I ski in this jacket actually, ski and snowboard in this jacket. So on the resort, if I'm doing backcountry, I'll use other stuff. But on the resort, this is what I use as a shell, and having the big wrist cuffs so they can go over your gloves is really nice, but being able to adjust it is also really nice. It's got a breast pocket here, so that's good for, you know, keys, cell phone, wallet kind of thing. And that's all seam sealed and waterproof. And then it's got two side pockets with Velcro, so if you accidentally forget to zip your pocket, it's a zipper pocket, but if you forget to zip it, it's got a little bit of Velcro here that might save your items from falling out. But it's always wise to do a pocket check with a shell. Just something to be mindful of. It also, let's see, it's got a waist drawstring, which is really convenient. For a lot of jackets, you're going to want to have a waist drawstring, unless you're really saving weight. Again, this is 14 ounces. It's not like a minimalist jacket, truly. It's not an ultralight jacket, but as far as Goretex goes, it's pretty light. And anyway, you can cinch this guy down. Nice waist enclosure, all that fun stuff. Easy pull tab to work with, and then loosening it is also very easy. And now it's back to how it was. And another feature, I'll wear it with my hat, so that's kind of a nice way to do it. It's got a little brim though. I'll just take off my hat so you can see the hood. It's got a nice little brim. It's got a drawstring on the back, so you can tension this portion here, and now it creates the bill in a nice fashion in order to keep it snug. Even if you have it fully tightened though, I will say the brim, if you're in a really big wind on top of a peak or something, it's still gonna be flapping around. It's not incredibly snug. Something to be mindful. If you have a helmet on or something underneath this, that'll help mitigate some of that. And then another thing, let me loosen up the brim a little bit. Again, the brim's really easy. It's just this drawstring here. Easy to loosen and tighten, even if it's on your head and you can't see it. But you also have these two drawstrings inside here, and you can either access them up here by your face, or there's a variety of ways that they're accessible on the jacket. But you can cinch the face really tight if you're in a really big wind. And I'll zip it back up so you can see what that looks like. So that's if the conditions are extreme and you need to have just this little window and be mummied in, basically, it works. The hood's very adjustable. It does work with a helmet also. Full Goretex hood, and just to show you what that looks like. And let me just reduce it. So the little grommets are right here, the toggles to release that, cinching. Pretty simple. It requires some amount of finagling. Obviously you can't really see what you're doing sometimes with that, but that's any jacket you're going to deal with. So overall, pretty user-friendly. It is a really good jacket. It's on the lower end of the Goretex spectrum. Goretex is just expensive because of the name. There's other products out there that are waterproof that are really good too, but there's a reason why Goretex is kind of the standard for a lot of things. It is a really good fabric, and this is just a solid overall Goretex jacket for a pretty reasonable price considering it's Goretex. Again, this is my beater jacket. Beat the heck out of it, and it works nicely. And then actually one last feature that I failed to mention is the old pit zips. So these are just straight, there's no mesh or anything, so that reduces the weight just straight to the underlayer. And me personally, I enjoy having just the open pit zip like this because it really works to vent heat. If you're in a big downpour, you might get some soaking through, like if you had your pit zips open, you might just want to close them because it could get you. But if you're using it and it's kind of just misting out and you're going up a hill, if you're hot, you're overheated, this kind of style pit zip where it's just straight in is gonna remove that heat and wick that moisture way better than the mesh ones. The mesh ones are not really that effective once you've tried this version. So the pit zip is huge, super nice feature. That is something that the weight is, you know, really kind of worth it unless you're just really pro at layering. This gives you a little bit of wiggle room, and for me in the cold, like when I'm wearing this for a shell for skiing or snowboarding, I really like having the pit zips because it just allows that extra ventilation, and it allows the swing. If you're going to be just wearing this thing no matter what, it allows that temperature swing to be greater and this still to be comfortable. So anyway, Goretex, great fabric. They say it's a breathable, waterproof fabric, but let's be honest, if it's waterproof, how breathable is it really? I know a lot of people have lots of opinions on this, but if you're charging up a hill hiking and you're wearing a Goretex, you're gonna be sweaty no matter what. I don't care what kind of hyper awesome fabric you have. If you're crushing up a hill and you're going fast, and you start sweating, it's not gonna be able to remove the sweat as fast as like a soft shell. So you're always debating on the conditions. How hard is it raining versus how hard are you working, in order to reduce your overall moisture as much as possible. If it's just a gentle mist or something and you're really hauling ass up a hill, it might be better to just lose the hard shell and get a little bit damp on a layer that you can kind of sacrifice to a degree, versus sweating out this rain jacket and perhaps your other layers. Another option that I do sometimes is you lose all your other layers and then you just wear the shell with the idea that it's just gonna get sweaty inside, but you're not gonna compromise any of your other layers that you might need for nighttime or something like that. So lots of different ideas and theories on that. But if it's a hard shell, basically no matter how breathable it is, that only is going to take it so far. You can still easily soak it through by working hard and sweating. So just something to be mindful of with any layer. But compared to others, Goretex is better and more breathable than other waterproofs. That is a fact. So something to be considered. Again, Goretex Minimalist, great jacket, 14 ounces, kind of right in the middle of the spectrum on weight, but overall it's a really great jacket and I've enjoyed it thoroughly. You wear it all the time, but it's not really something I'm going to take backpacking personally. So there you have it. Great jacket, and thank you very much for watching. This is Nature Nate, and I appreciate you all.